Can you believe that Christmas is less than 2 weeks away? My mind is seriously blown. It's exciting, but it also seems like time is kind of flying. And I know that's normal. The end of the year, it's like once we hit October, I don't think it's just because of the holidays, but it's also just everything seems to move a little quicker. And the new year, it seems to slow. Like I always feel like January is 3 months at least in itself, which is kind of funny. But with Christmas so close, I have talked to more and more people about just the level of stress. Like it's apparent, but people are also really open about it, which I love because I think the more we talk about things, the more that we can share in our experiences, share what we've learned, and also just encourage and reassure each other. So that's what I want to talk to you today is how you're doing, kind of a check-in, but also just helping our perspective and to keep the main thing, and just encourage you during this season that where you're at is exactly where you're supposed to be. And also just to keep in mind that what really matters is the relationships and people that we love. So how we can slow down and cherish and preserve those moments and just help lower our stress all around. So if you can all relate, or if you know someone in your life where you're like, they could definitely use this podcast, please be sure to send it to them. But I'm excited for all the things we're going to talk about and just this season as a whole. So let's dive in. Are you too busy to prep healthy meals? Do you feel self-conscious about your body and your clothes not fitting right, but you don't have time to work out? Does your life feel unorganized and messy? Do you wish you had routines and habits that made health simple, even with your busy schedule? I know, I've been there. Hi, I'm Shannon Marquita, and no one ever really taught me how to eat healthy. I didn't know anything about nutrition, so I found myself eating whatever was easy, which definitely impacted my energy, weight, and focus. That's why I created this podcast, to show you that through healthy habits and time management, you can know you're doing health right. So stop scrolling social, clicking the ads, and buying all the things. Let's grab our Americano and pop in our AirPods. It's time to solve the real problem together. Welcome home. A fresh start awaits. Less than 2 weeks until Christmas. How are you doing? I mean that question in the most sincere way possible. Maybe people in your life have asked you that, or maybe they haven't, but I'm asking you, honestly. Even if you don't write me back in email or on social to tell me the answer, I really want you to pause and ask yourself, how are you doing? Are you where you want to be? Are you feeling what you want to be feeling in this season? And if the answer is no, why? And how can we change it? The holidays are really special. They're special for so many reasons, between having fun in Halloween and just expressing so much gratitude and pausing for all the blessings and what's happened in the past year and what's ahead, as well as for Christmas. For those of us who are believers, celebrating the birth of our Savior Jesus, and also spending time with loved ones and making memories and just slowing down, there's really good things in the holidays. But it often can also trigger a lot of stress from maybe things in our past and heartaches, sadness, maybe people who aren't with us this season, but also stress, right? There's a lot of great events that we want to attend, whether holiday parties, different programs at school, having baking time for cookies and goodies, decorating trees, putting up lights, wrapping presents, shopping for presents, like all the things. They're good and they're fun, but it also can become a lot really quickly. And what I want for you is to enjoy every moment, to be really intentional about being present, but also at peace, because how we're feeling is no secret. You can try to hide your emotions all you want, but they come through, and we want it to be a positive experience when we're present and with the memories that we're making. So it's our responsibility to control our emotions. So how do we manage our stress during all of this? When we feel like nothing is negotiable, that everything has to be a yes and we have to do it all, how do we handle that? First of all, we accept reality that you can never do it all. We're not meant to do it all. So figure out what only you can do and what is actually important, And then decide, does the rest really need to be done? And if so, who can help you? Can you hire maybe an online virtual assistant to get some things done? Can you ask a family member or a friend, hey, I really need these cookies baked. You want to have some friend time. Why not combine it? Instead of trying to be social and get everything done as two separate tasks, combine them. Me and one of my best friends, thank God she loves to wrap presents. I do not, for the record, not that anyone needed to know that. So the other night we were overdue for hanging out and catching up. And she said, okay, well, why don't you bring a few gifts and we can wrap while we do that? And she jokingly is like, I can tell your level of excitement. But I brought them, and she has loved wrapping forever, and she is fantastic at it. So she gave me a few tips that are helpful, and I'm very grateful. And as much as we laughed about it, it definitely was a memory that I will cherish. But I did feel so much more grateful afterwards to know that some things were already done. And for something that I was dreading, and I usually put off wrapping presents until Christmas Eve. Like, I will just stay up until midnight. My little sister has come over before, and thank God she's a good wrapper too and enjoys it, and we just get it done. But this made it less stressful and more enjoyable, and it also combined things. So think of how you can get creative. Think of how you can combine tasks. Think of how you can help lower your stress. My little sister helping me wrap presents, that helped lower my stress, and I'm very grateful. And that's something not only that I don't enjoy, but also helps check something off my list. Me wrapping presents with one of my best friends helped me to multitask because I want that time with her and to catch up and to make memories, but I also need to get things done that are important. And so doing that together was a better experience and helped to manage stress. So those are just some simple examples, but figure out what else is on your list that you can do that with. If you have maybe a work holiday party and it's good to attend for team building and celebration, but maybe you get to bring a plus one. Maybe bring a friend or family member. So in that regard, you're doing both. You're attending your work event, but you're also having some friend time that you want to be able to share that experience with and not sacrifice being able to spend time with people that you care about. Whatever it is, I don't know what's on your list, but realize that not everything is important. Not everything has to be done before Christmas, and not everything is for you to do alone. And the sooner you can accept that, maybe someone else isn't going to do it as good as you. That is very probable, but that's okay. It's a blessing for them to help you, and I'm sure that it's an act of love for them to do it. And so just appreciate it and know that everything doesn't have to be perfect, but it helps lower your stress. It helps keep you more present during this season, and it helps keep your perspective and focus where it should be. Because presents are fun, don't get me wrong. I love a good present. If you follow me on TikTok, which I'm new on there, so if you don't follow me, go check me out. You can just find me at Shannon Marquita. But I just talked about this, how I love gift giving. Like, to me, I'd rather you not give me a gift and just have the joy of receiving, because it's hard to receive. Like, sometimes we're just like, oh my gosh, I didn't get you anything. And that's okay. Like, if someone gets you a gift and you didn't get them anything, that's okay. They got you something because they wanted to. So learning to say thank you is a gift in itself. But presents are fun, and I want you to enjoy that experience. But if the presents are causing you stress, figure out how to shift that. So for example, what's number one, way more important than presents with a TS, is presents with a CE. So definitely remind yourself of that constantly. But like for me, on my gift giving list this year, I combined a lot of people. Like my sister and my brother-in-law, I normally get them separate gifts. But this year, I'm like, why? I did couple gifts this year. And for my little sister and her soon-to-be husband, currently fiance, I did a couple's gift for them as well. And for my oldest niece and nephew, I did some combined gifts for them because they share things. So it's like, don't feel like everyone needs an individual, thoughtful, perfect gift. You need to figure out how you can feel that you are being loving and you're fulfilled in whatever you want to do in the gift giving department, but you want to have a grateful heart and a heart of thanksgiving and one that has joy in this whole process. And if that is not where you're at right now, what's really important is pausing and figuring out, how can I get back on track with what I want this season to be, protect my peace, and remember that it's not about the things. It's never about the things. I even talked about this in my recent TikTok video about, I got a blanket a few months ago, and like I love it. It's super soft. It's by one of my favorite brands, Barefoot Dreams, and it's great. But like 10 years from now, it's still just going to be a blanket. But the memories during this time that we spend with our loved ones, those are going to last forever. So yes, things are fun, and giving things are fun, and receiving things are fun. But what's even better is the special moments and memories that you get to be a part of. And I want you to be a part of them 100%, lovingly and joyfully and all the things. But that means that we have to be really intentional about our choices and how we're feeling and setting boundaries and protecting our peace. So I want that for you so much. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you're experiencing, what you're feeling. What are some areas that you just also know that you're struggling with, and maybe you're not sure why. Maybe you're not sure how to combat them. I would love to hear from you. You can find me on any of the social media platforms. Shoot me a message or send me an email and just say, literally, this is exactly where I'm at. I could really just use your input, and let's go from there. So I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are loving this holiday season, excited for all that's to come, and just that this episode really encouraged you and spoke life into you, because I want everything for you. I want joy, peace, happiness, love, literally everything. So let's be more intentional with protecting our peace and get there together. If this podcast helped, challenged, or inspired you in some way, I would love it if you'd do me a huge favor and leave me a review over on Apple Podcasts. It helps me to hear from you and know how this is best serving you. And go ahead and screenshot this and share it in your stories. Tag me at Shannon Marquita. That's ShannonMarqueta. And send it over to a friend in a text who is ready for healthy changes in her life too. Let her know that this episode might serve her as well. I am just so grateful for you and would love to hear from you. Come hang out and let's connect over in my Facebook group, bit.ly.com/afreshstart, or send me a message. I look forward to seeing you back here in a few days.